and welcome back to Pac-Man World with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Boogie. So, because I don't have any footage of the space levels, I'm going to have to use this for this one. So yeah, so let's have a look at the space levels in Pac-Man World, because you know that I went straight to King Galaxian, and this is just one of them, Space Race. So yeah, as you can see, the one thing I will give the original game is that the lasers are a bit more visible. Seriously, they are pink coloured as opposed to yellow and white. That is a lot better. Seriously, that's why I will give the original over the remake. Seriously, you can actually see the lasers which you are going over. Seriously, that is a major plus. As for the enemies, you can actually beat them by using Pac's dot shots, and because that's what I'm going to call it there, by shooting out the dots that you get. Yeah, they're not just simply collectibles; they actually are projectiles as well that Pac-Man can use. So yeah, and these lasers that turn on and off, they're green. Yeah, they were kind of. They were somewhat greenish in Repack, but I don't know, man. It's a lot different here. Seriously, it is a lot different. But other than that, yeah, the makeup is fairly similar in terms of gameplay, at least. So yeah, one thing I have not shown off, and one thing I would like to do is the look at the mazes here, seriously, because I have not shown any of the mazes because I didn't do them in what limited run I did do from what was going to be my original Let's Play of Pac-Man World. But yeah, for the mazes, it is done in the same way. You have to find the Galaxian token in order to unlock them. So yeah, and then you go through the door into the maze, and that's actually good timing on there, because I think I would have had to edit the rest of it out otherwise. So yeah, likewise with the regular power pellets in Pac-Man World, you do not grow big, unlike with the, dare I say, in regular thing. Also, the music is a lot high quality by comparison, dare I say, to the rather compressed music in the game. Seriously, that's very different. And note, Pac-Man only doesn't immediately die from touching the ghosts. Seriously, which was the case in Repack. And also, I guess, in the original game, actually. So, if they're trying to make it like the arcade game, fine. Seriously. We don't get the hilarious sight of dare I say, Pac-Man actually squeezing between the contours of the maze. So yeah, everything else, mostly the same, I guess, in terms of gameplay. Maybe moving a little bit slower, but that's down to the hardware, really. Not much else. Anyway, yeah, that's basically the space levels, at least. What else can I talk about? Not much, I'm afraid. Not much. Oh, there you go. Still, the headroom is an issue. Seriously, that was also an issue in Repack. So that has not changed between games. So yeah, that's the space levels at least. Now we will go on to, believe it or not, the clown levels, and not the dare I say, the thing levels, the factory levels, which I did do in Repack. I think you can do them in any order. Certainly in the original game. I don't know if that was the case in this game, but it was in the original game. But I'm not sure about in Repack. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. The Circus or Funhouse levels are actually quite interesting. Firstly, the clown heads don't look like they're spewing poison gas, which is a major change from this game. If anything, yeah, it actually it actually looks more scarier, the clown heads. Certainly the gas they spew in repack, seriously. So, if anything, it just looks like they're spewing steam instead of gas. Which, yeah, is noticeable because it's coloured purple in repack. Seriously. And here comes the infamous Tunnel of Doom, dare I say it. Of course, Pac-Man rolls if he moves to one side, and some of the platforming can be a bit iffy. Again, the hot plates are also here as well. They are most definitely here. But other than that, I don't know. Yeah. Do we get... if anything, the clowns in the plays are a lot more, dare I say, bigger by comparison. And they don't follow you, seemingly, which they did do in repack. They're just going in circles, which, given that they're clowns, is wholly appropriate, I think. So, yeah. As for the metal dot, it works in the same way. You bounce upwards, yada yada yada. So yeah, this bit is a lot tougher in the original game as well. Seriously, just for the position of the platforming. And keep in mind that Pac-Man can fall off if he rolls to one side. You saw it earlier, he rolls to one side there. Something that is somewhat fixed in repack. So yeah. Also the platforms seem to move a bit slower as well. But again, that's down to the hardware more than anything else. Still a good-looking game, and a game that still plays well as well. So yeah, not much else to say really. Although I said that, of course, due to the fact that this is a PS1 game, the backgrounds are a bit more, well, static. That's understandable. Because, I mean, I'll take it over the annoying clown heads. Here we get the hot plates, which actually glow a bit more here. They're a lot less red, but, yeah. They can burn Pac's ass, of course. We cannot use the equivalent of the flutter jump. That is not available in this game. No. Pac-Man does not get to do a Yoshi impression in this game. Oh, no. But other than that, yeah, pretty good levels. And yeah, what else can I say? This one is also a good level as well. And yes, another thing to note, there aren't any clown heads on the side. Seriously. Though I do like the attention to detail with the giant Ferris wheel. That did not have to be there in the PS1 version, but I'm glad it is. Seriously, even if it does look a bit bony, but I'm glad the attention to detail is there. Seriously, well done, Namco. Finish off, we'll look at the Clown Prix. Why not? Because it is as different to night as day in the original game. Seriously. Firstly, Talkman does not appear, of course. Seriously. And secondly, the clowns are already here and have giant... I don't know if I can call them afros or not, but yeah. And this is more like a top-down thing, as I mentioned. It's not like Ridge Racer in the remake. So you can actually see where the clowns are going. Though the controls aren't that great from what I've heard. Other than that, yeah. This does feel a bit more like, dare I say, Micro Machines. For those who don't know, Micro Machines, as well as being a toy, were as a gaming series, were like a top-down racer. Probably one of my favorites, actually, on the Sega Mega Drive in like the early 90s. Or released in the early 90s anyway. And just for the sheer spectacle of the graphics and everything, yeah, this plays a bit worse than that. Seemingly, though, the power pellets don't seem to... Well, they don't grow Pac-Man big, that's a given. Seriously. The all-out destruction derby in the... dare I say, the remake is not here. It was kind of more like a dodgems if you ask me, seriously. So it is still funny seeing a clown fall off the edge of the stage. Anyway, that's pretty much it for these stages. So the next stages I will cover are the factory stages and also the battle with the Chrome Keeper. So I will see you then. Goodbye!